I once watched a little boy on the beach spent hours building a sandcastle, carefully sculpting towers, lining the edges with seashells, protecting it like a treasure. Then a wave came, one sweep of water, and it was gone. The boy froze, then smiled, and started building again. Not clinging, just the joy of creating. And I thought, what if that's what life is really about? We spend so much time trying to hold on to time, success, people, identity. We cling tightly as if ownership could protect us from loss. But it never does. You only lose what you cling to, said the Buddha. And the scriptures echoes it. Life is a breath, a mist. Try to hold it and it slips away. Still we grasp and compare, worrying that someone else has more. But if we could see clearly, we would realize that nothing we have is truly ours, not even our next breath. And perhaps that's not something to fear, but something to free us. I'm Father Bob, and this is Sunrise and Scripture. And this isn't a sad truth, it's liberating. What if life isn't meant to be owned but received? Our gifts, our relationships, even our breath, all of it is borrowed. But we live in a culture that thrives on the opposite belief, that happiness comes from having more recognition, more certainty, more stuff. Think of the long lines at Apple stores, people spending thousands for the next thing they think will complete them. Or the spiritual version, crowds chasing distant miracles while the quiet grace nearby is ignored. The things you own end up owning you, wrote an American novelist. Jesus once said, life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. That's not a metaphor, it's a lifeline, because the truth is what we cling to ends up owning us. And joy, real joy, can never be hoarded. Soren Kierkegaard wrote of the lilies and birds as joyful masters of joy because their joy doesn't depend on having. It simply is. They don't fear losing anything because they never claimed it in the first place. So what if we stop clutching and start living open? What if we live as guests in a world we do not possess but are lovingly entrusted with? There's an old prayer from Saint Ignatius of Loyola that says, take, Lord, and receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, all I have and possess, you have given it, I return it. That's not defeat. That's freedom. It's how we live lightly in a world that's always changing. We stop asking, how do I keep what I have? And instead begin with, what can I return? And slowly we become less afraid, more grateful, more alive, like that little boy on the beach. We build and we let go. We begin again. Because in the end, real joy is never possessed, it's always received.